welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
What's up, everybody? This your main man, Kel Breezy, and I am here to talk about NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver Night 1. So, first, before I talk about the show, I'm going to talk about the kickoff match. Zoe Stark took on Tony Storm. I'm talking about Tony Storm, who's a Mae Young Classic winner, a former NXT UK Women's Champion. She's been in a War Games match. Yeah. She's in Survivor Series, representing NXT. Royal Rumbles. So yeah, yeah. So Tony, this is a big deal. Tony Storm is a big deal in my opinion to be going against. And Tony and Zoe Stark, I'm sorry, she's a newcomer to the NXT brand. So for her, you know what, for her to get a match like this, and the matches she's been having, and the opponents she's been having against Io Shirai, Raquel Gonzalez, big names around the NXT and the women's division. And she took on Tony Storm, and not only did she take on Tony Storm, she took Tony Storm to her limits and picked up a victory. This is a big deal for her. So I feel like NXT and Triple H and the wrestling, the guys and the women in the back, they got a little high hopes for Zoe Stark. So I think that was pretty dope. So on to the actual show. We kicked off with a great classic in the making. Great submission, technical, finger breaking. I know if Joey Styles was on this show commentating, he'd been saying, "Oh my gosh!" Not just for this match, but for the whole show. But this match between Pete Dunne and Kushida, which was just made last week, kind of came out of nowhere. But you know what? It don't matter because these guys, they know how to work in the ring. They're great wrestlers or sports entertainers, whatever you want to call them. I call them wrestlers. Technical wrestlers, they know submissions, they know submission holds. They know how to do a little high flying, know how to strikes and kicks and all that. And this match had all those things. Mostly, submission from Kushida and the holds and the finger popping and breaking from Pete Dunne. And I say this match really delivered. This match delivered. Didn't sell it short. It didn't even matter that it was kind of made last minute, but it was still a good match. And Pete Dunne picked up the victory on Kushida, but it was a hard fought victory because Kushida was trying to go ahead and make him tap with the submission hold, the Kofuda clutch. Not the Kofuda clutch, I'm sorry. It's not a Kofuda clutch, guys. That's not what it is. I'm throwing a brain fart. It's the same arm submission that Brock Lesnar used. I just can't think of it right now, so forgive me. But Pete Dunne still got the victory, and I wouldn't mind seeing these two go ahead doing pretty much a 2 out of 3 match series. I think that would be dope. Yeah. So moving on. Next week, we had. I'm in order, but I'm just gonna talk about them where I feel about them and think about them. I want to get the main event right. Right. So this next was a 6-man gauntlet elimination match to see who'd be no contender for Johnny Gargano's NXT North American Championship match on night 2 of Stand and Deliver. So, of course, we have these guys been feuding. Guys, Isaiah Swerve Scott and Leon Ruff, they've been feuding, going back and forth. They started off because they was the last 6 to be eliminated in last week's Battle Royal. They were the first one eliminated. So they were kicking ass, taking out. This match didn't even start in the ring. They just Isaiah tagged Leon and they was going at it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then the big boy Bronson Reed came out. I mean, he was throwing these guys around like they were like paper planes. Left and right, left and right, left and right. And then, of all people, you had Dexter Lumis in this. He's so creepy, but I enjoy it. Those eyes that just be piercing through your soul. With this music that's like it came from Stranger Things. Then you have my boy Cameron Grimes, big money Cameron Grimes. Came out there, he trying to pay people off to, help him eliminate people. And then L.A. Knight. He came out bad about people. He came out with a mic talking bad until Bronson Reed got tired of it, and it was all go, all 6 million in. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna get eliminated? It ended up coming down to Isaiah Swerve Scott. Yeah, came down to him and Bronson Reed. And it looked like Isaiah Swerve Scott was gonna get that big win, but come on now, big boy Bronson Reed. He been on the road here lately. He won that match, which meant he is now gonna challenge Johnny Gargano for the North American Championship on night 2 of NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver. I don't know what they're trying. I think they're just trying to build up LA Reid because I mean I don't know. Maybe they're gonna bitch and do something with him, but I guess they're just trying to take it their time with him because they don't want to just push him too much and too fast. I can understand that. I can respect that. It's just he's a big deal. He's kind of a big star. He can be a big star in NXT. He's definitely good. I can see him being an NXT North American champion and an NXT champion. And I want to call it before this year over with. I'm calling it. He's gonna be a champion before this year is over with. I said it. Boom. Booyah. Yeah, in your face. Next, we had a triple threat tag team match for the vacant NXT tag team titles. If you're not aware why the titles are vacant, it's because Danny Burch shoulder got separated in the match when him and his partner on New York and took on Finn Balor and Karrion Kross, where Karrion Kross. To me, it seemed like only Lorcan did it because he came in the wrong time while Karrion Kross was going to suplex Danny Burch, and it kind of made Danny Burch fall and land awkward. So I think to me that's what I feel like it happened. Yes, so they had to vacate the title. So Danny Burch is out for a good minute. So that meant titles are vacant. So we had to have a triple threat tag team elimination, just triple threat tag match where MSK, this year's Dusty Road Classic winners, took on the Grizzled Young Veterans and the Grotto del Fantasma. Now, guys, NXT knows how to do tag team matches. They love the tag team. They respect the tag teams in NXT. I give them that. You can go back and see there's a lot of big tag team matches on the NXT brand. Like, for real. Go check it out. Did we talk about the Revival, DIY? Yeah. And the Authors of Pain and the Ascension, Murphy and Wesley Blake. Blake and Murphy, yeah, that's the names. And so many other tag teams, man. American Alpha. Like, come on. Oh my God. Undisputed Era. Street Profits. So they know how to put respect on the tag team division. And this match proved it. Like, these three teams kicked ass and took names. You talk about a tag team match between any of these teams, definitely worth watching. This match is definitely worth watching. Again, if you want to watch good tag team matches, this would be a good match to watch. I mean, the British Young Veterans, I thought they was going to pull out the victory and go and get the titles because they're a hot heel, but dreams do come true, and the boys, MSK, got it. Because I feel like if the Gato del Fantasma would have won, then I feel like they would let lose tomorrow. I feel like Jordan Devlin will lose tomorrow. Will end up losing tonight. Well, yeah. So anyway, lose on night 2. But MSK won, man. They guys are, if you know them, they was on Impact Wrestling, the Rascals. Wesley and Nash Carter, these guys are young, they're hungry, they can get down, throw punches, they can do high flying, they can do strikes. They're just a great fun team to watch. I mean, if you grew up on Hardy Boys, Edge and Krishna Dillis, this would make you feel great to see MSK and the Grizzly Young Veteran and Legado del Fantasma. You would want to see them like go at it again and let these three teams keep going back and forth and trading title wins and do a ladder matches or what TLC matches, whatever, doesn't matter because these three teams are money and they stood and delivered. But MSK are your NXT Tag Team Champions, and I can't wait to see the title run that they have. Speaking of title runs, we're getting to all the title matches now. That was on night 1. Tommaso Ciampa, he challenged the longest reigning NXT UK champion, Walter. He's been champ for 2 years and counting. And just right now, I don't see anybody taking that title from him because Tommaso didn't get the job done. Even though he won his psycho killer mentality again, and he really took it to Walter. Walter was through everything. He had him, including the kitchen sink. Well, his hands like the kitchen sink because he went for a chop outside the ring. Tommaso Ciampa moved, and when he chopped the announce table, it kind of broke the little border thing that's over the table with how the monitors and stuff they're watching. Kind of cracked that in half. Now I didn't agree with the ending. Well, I guess you could say it. Ending he had Tommaso Ciampa took a big chop, but at this point it was like, doop. Like Tommaso Ciampa had nothing left after that match. So as a wrestling fan, I wanted see a win with a finisher, but it was like Walter really towards the end. Walter like beat the brakes off of him, and it was like, yeah, he ain't had nothing left. So now Walter had to do now. He was on his big mighty hands with a big mighty path of chop. And Tommaso was down, man. I mean, Tommaso held his own. He did better than I thought he would have, considering the huge size difference between the two. This is Walter, this is Tommaso Ciampa, but I would like to see Tommaso Ciampa come up, really get some real title shots and win a title again. I like Tommaso Ciampa because he can go in the ring. He's vicious. He's hardcore. He's dangerous. Man, I can see him like really in the old ECW days, especially after watching the matches that him and Johnny Gargano had. But maybe next time, man. Maybe somebody's gonna throne Walter. I would like to see Drew McIntyre and Walter. I mean, I want Bobby Lashley win at WrestleMania. Everybody who knows that already. Because I would like to see NXT UK brand finally get like a big star that Walter can really fight for the title and defend the title, and they can give him and Imperial some run for their money. But let's get to that main event. Raquel Gonzalez challenged Io Shirai, the genius of the sky. And Raquel, she's been having a great run, since she turned heel and team with Dakota Kai, man. She took down Rhea Ripley. She won the match for the women's War Games match. She's been tearing through like a lot of women. She's half of the first NXT Women Tag Team Champions. And she really did take Io Shirai to the limits. Io Shirai threw everything she could. Io Shirai's all over the place. She went for a 619. Like at one point during the match, they was outside the ring. And I guess for the takeover, they're gonna have like the stage and the ramp connect straight to the ring apron now. So like they was outside there, and Io Shirai like once again, where did Io go? She climbed on top of the stage to sit on the stage and jumped off. And it's a metal great grill part of the stage, like part of it's metal, and she do heard a loud thump. Io Shirai was kicking ass and taking names. It's on night one of Takeover, Stand and Deliver. Like Raquel Gonzalez even kicked out of one of Io Shirai's moonsaults. The moonsault that no one really had ever kicked out before until now. It was like, oh my God, what does Io do now? But hey, Raquel Gonzalez with the big one-on-one powerbomb on Io Shirai 3 seconds later, they do NXT Women's Champion. Man, I root for Io, but hey, Raquel, I think the title's a good hand for her because she's really dominant, and that just means that now we're gonna get a new wave of women coming in that can pick up where Io Shirai left off. I feel like maybe this is time for Io. She might get called to Raw or SmackDown, or they may have a rematch with a special stipulation on it. Then they will confirm and her Raquel's status as the new top woman in the division. So I think that's what's gonna happen. Io had a great title run, almost a year as champion, man. Anybody who wanted to, she gave it to him, and she kicked their ass and took things. So there's no shame in Io Shirai losing. She was a great champion, and I'm looking forward to see how Raquel Gonzalez title reign goes. Hopefully, she has a nice lengthy one. I don't like up and coming talent when they become champion. They have a short title reign because it made me feel like, oh, you just lost faith in them, and you're just like, oh, and now, or it's like transitional champion. We're just gonna put the title on you so you can say you had it because you're dominating. But we have somebody else in mind who wanted to be champion. We just didn't want that person to be Io Shirai. It didn't look right or make sense. So I hope she have a nice title run. I hope whoever steps up, she puts them down. I don't know. Dakota Kai might turn on her and be feeling some type of way about her quote unquote pay assassin, her best friend, her sidekick or whatever, become a champion before she does. So, but anyway, guys, this is your main man, Kel Breezy. Guys, you also can find my podcast, Kel's World, on all major podcast platforms. Also, it's a link down below where you guys can find the new gear for Kel's World and Restaurants 901. Yes, I'm finally selling merchandise before both of them. So click the link before, guys. Do some shopping, buy a few things that you see on there. Hope you guys buy a lot of stuff. Help a guy out. Trying to earn a little extra money for my support my family. So anyway, this is your main man, Kel Breezy, and I am out.